The green economy is not a future responsibility, it's already emerging. And if we need to create green jobs, we must move from silo isolated initiatives to collective initiatives. Most of us have never reset our mindset to look at what exactly are green jobs. If you're working in the solar space, you're contributing towards green jobs. If you're working in tree conservation, if you're working in waste recycling, if you're working in circular economy, then you are part of the green job revolution. If you're working towards creation of green buildings, you're in the green job economy. It's just that we've not sat down to calculate. And why this shows me the trajectory we are going into. In the past, nobody calculated the cost of nature. We didn't understand the cost of Karura Forest. Now, because we've converted this into monetary and financial terms, then people now understand the value of nature. And that's what will revolutionize the green job, understanding the value, the opportunity, the innovation that green jobs present. We can start with circularity, because circularity is the easiest. That is waste collection, recycling, reusing, remodeling, that space. Innovate in that space. That is one of the quick wins. The second one is enabling green enterprises using technology. So if we can build green enterprises and give them the technological support that is needed, then it will also fast track and accelerate this area. Also, our financial inclusion and the use of M-Pesa to be able to support a green economy. So for me, it excites me because we've piloted with Mr. Green. But what excites me most is that we've started seeing the flow of green financing, sustainability-linked loans, green bonds, green financing, if I may call it. With green financing, it will unlock lots and lots of green jobs and opportunities for young people. At Safaricom, we embraced circularity early enough. We know that waste is wealth. There's money in waste management. So we wanted to collect paper on its own, recyclables, and compost. But the bigger picture was to ensure that we do not send more than 10% to the dump site. And indeed, within HQ, we are recycling up to 98%. Therefore, we've created a lot of green jobs at the value chain of our waste management. We've created lots of green jobs within our conservation and biodiversity initiatives. The last time I checked, I think we were sustaining almost 5,000 livelihoods. 5,000 homes could enjoy the economic upliftment because of some of these initiatives. So for us, the joy is in creation of these jobs, the partnerships with the communities, and also the waste recyclers along the way. Our major win was first integrating climate, integrating planet into our purpose strategy. That was a big win. The second win is our employees. Fantastic, good support from the employees. The other win was conservation, restoration work that we are doing for the business like Safaricom. We could have said it's not important. We can easily buy offsets from someone, but being part and parcel of the country's climate agenda and owning our own. And we were ahead. Before the president announced 15 billion trees, we had already announced our 5 million tree growing target. We've looked at our climate-related risks, and we've identified a flooding, severe flooding. I think the other day there was a huge gust of wind, so we've realized that indeed climate is changing. There are times we have extremely hot seasons, but what we've done as a business is to start climate-proofing and building resilience. We're building resilience within our supply chain. We are building resilient infrastructure within our base transceiver station. So be it hot, cold, windy, this base transceiver station will survive this. And we are continuing to look at what innovations we can have that then future-proof Safaricom from climate risks. As we commemorate this year's World Environment Day, I think at Safaricom we have made great strides. When I look back 5 years, 6 years ago, we were not working with this intensity and urgency. We are working across, I think, 11 forests, starting from Kakamega Forest. We're working in the water towers, Mount Elgon, Mau Complex. We're growing trees in universities, in schools. We've done the mangroves. We're working with the scouts to also help the scouts accelerate this movement. We've adopted forests across. Thankfully, we in partnership with the KFS, we've been able to work with private sector, ABSA, DTB Bank, coming together. So I feel we are on a good trajectory. We have learned we need to integrate and to partner, but there's still lots that can be done. Inspired by nature, for climate, for future. Go ye forth and do your little thing.